All right, Nneka Jenkins. One of the things you're going to notice about how we did this kind of best-in-class program is Realty.com, Lance Custon, one of our sponsors. Also, a lot of our agents here are already power users of this program. Nneka uses both Realty.com and Boomtown. She's one of our best, what I call adopters and appliers. This is a mom of 5. This is someone who did over $200 million in production. She started real estate only 3.5 years ago in a place where her clients in Silicon Valley are worth 50, 100, 500 million. She was too young. She didn't have enough knowledge. She's got, such a big family and all these things. All these reasons why it wouldn't work, yet she made it work. Not only made it work at the highest level. You will love hearing from Miss Nneka. Here we go, Nneka Jenkins, everybody.
Hey guys, I'm Nneka Jenkins here, and I'm from the Bay Area. I am a realtor, wife, and mother of 5, and I am so excited to talk to you guys today here at the Modern Day Real Estate Summit. All right, I've got a question for you. How many of you have big, lofty, extravagant goals that you want to accomplish? Show of hands. All right. Now, how many of you have big, lofty excuses? Show of hands. Now, if you were honest, you probably raised your hands for both of those questions. I'm here to tell you, do it anyway. All right, allow me to explain. The reason why I say that is because I am like a lot of you, and I've always had a ton of excuses on why I can't do this and not believing in myself. But I still had this big, lofty goal that I wanted to accomplish. So allow me to tell you a little bit about my excuses. I have 5 kids. 3 of them are mine biologically, and 2 of them are my stepkids. I've been in their lives for a very long time. I don't always have a lot of time. I pride myself on being a really good mom, whatever that means for me, and I want to be involved in their lives. But I also want to have a career. So that was one excuse. Another excuse for me has been my obsession with security. What does that mean for me? It means that anything that took me out of my comfort zone, I wasn't interested in. I literally lived in a box, and I really liked my box. It was pink and it was beautiful. So for me, I had to get comfortable with thinking outside of that box and understanding that the path to growth was going to be really uncomfortable, and I wasn't always going to feel secure. All right, let's talk about excuse number 3. A big excuse of mine was always, well, who am I? I'm not experienced enough. I don't understand the market the way all of these other brokers and realtors do. I realized exactly who am I? I'm Nneka Jenkins, and there are people out there that need my value. Once I started to own that, everything changed. I will tell you though, I still struggle with it quite a bit. So what I pride myself on doing is making sure I'm not the smartest in pretty much every room that I'm in. I don't like to be the smartest because if you're not constantly learning, you're doing something wrong. I want to always keep people around me that are going to push me forward, that are going to force me to think differently, that are going to force me to reassess things and to really be self-aware about where I am versus where I want to go. All right, let's talk about the 4th excuse. For me, that was I'm not a good enough wife. That one was a tough one for me. When I would think about what the ideal couple looked like that worked together, in my mind, I thought it was perfect. They could separate business from anything personal, and that's just not reality. The 5th excuse for me was, I'm just too tired. I'm overwhelmed. I'm stressed. I'm busy. Let me tell you a little bit about what my tired looked like. My first year in real estate, I was pregnant. That second full year, we welcomed our first child into the world. And so for me, I had a lot of excuses, but you know what? I did it anyway. So I think even then I understood that there's always a part of me that can push through. Okay, so now let me tell you a little bit about my journey. So I'm going into my 5th year in real estate. My first 2 years, I was part-time. And I really just kind of fell into it. We did a little bit of corporate relocation. We were doing a lot of remodels, and we would sell some houses here and there. Never saw it as a career. In fact, I honestly did not know what I was doing. So fast forward into going into my 3rd year of real estate, but my first year full time. And I ended up partnering with my now still mentor, Brett Jennings, and I joined Real Estate Experts. And let me tell you, that transition was excruciating. When I tell you that was probably one of the hardest times in my lives, I think that's an understatement. my obsession with security really kept me from seeing the path forward. So I basically made that leap forward only because my husband told me, yeah, it's about time. You need to do this. I cried. It was really, really dramatic. And I decided to trust other people's opinions of me, their belief in my growth, their belief in my talent, my husband and Brett Jennings at the time. I trusted them more than I trusted myself. I look back on that and I'm sad, but it's all a part of my journey. And now I feel like I can really encourage women to believe in themselves a lot quicker than I did. So that first year in real estate, after doing 10 deals part-time while working in corporate America, my first year in real estate, I closed about 36 transactions, 36 units. So then I move into my second year. By that time, I'm hearing my mentor, I'm hearing people tell me, maybe you should consider building a team. I don't want to hear any of it because I'm thinking, no year is going to be like the first year. And you know what? If I sell 10 houses, great. It doesn't matter. But I decided to listen a little bit. By the end of that first year, I did bring on an admin role that was licensed, and we kind of figured the deal out together. So my second year, I did about 48 transactions. The secret sauce in that year was believing that it wasn't by mistake. I was constantly thinking that my success was a mistake, and it wasn't. It was my hard work, it was my village around me, and it was always learning. It was putting myself in situations where I'm constantly pushing myself to learn more and more and learn from people that have done it far better and far longer than I have. So let's fast forward into the third year, which is last year, the year of Corona. We ratified 95 transactions last year and we closed 85 of them in that 12-month span. My business blew up when Corona happened. I know that that's similar for a lot of people, but then there's a lot of environments where that's not the case. Every county was different. Every state was different as far as what they allowed. By the second month of Corona for us out here in the Bay Area, we were considered essential workers, right? So we could do just about the same that we were doing before, of course, making sure we were protected. So I really, really blossomed that last year. And honestly, it wasn't by myself. Remember how I told you in the second year, I started realizing that I could make that team? Well, I did make more of that team and I hired another 2 agents. So collectively, we did those 94 transactions. We're now here in 2021, and in the first quarter alone, we've ratified, so we have closed or pending 55 transactions. And I say that with a humble spirit because I'm so grateful for all of the success that we've seen. And I'm so humbled by the fact that my journey in the short term has been more than I could have ever expected. And I'm constantly wondering, okay, when's the other shoe gonna fall? And you know what? I have to stop thinking that way because as long as I'm willing to work hard, as long as I'm willing to stay humble through my hustle, and as long as I'm willing to continue to learn from other people, I genuinely feel like regardless what this market does, regardless what AI does to this market, all of those things, those are outside forces. All I can control is my little bubble right here. In fact, all I can control is me. So at the end of the day, when I think about where I'm headed for the next year, all I think about is, you know what? I'm going to focus on what I can control. I'm going to keep the right people around me that encourage me and push me to think bigger and to grow and grow and grow and continue learning. And frankly, I'm going to do it anyway. So I really appreciate that you guys have stuck with me this long to listen to this talk. If you have any questions, of course, reach out to me, but I'm so grateful for the opportunity to speak at this summit. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I'm Nneka Jenkins and I'm here in the Bay Area, and I wish you all the best of luck with your businesses.